What's happening?
We need to do a recap because it has been a small eternity since we have last examined this wonderful, wonderful book.
It's gonna be a dang old biased recap, though. You and your biases in my story. It's a very, how do you say? What's the word for it? Dubious reality that we all have to create interpretations for. But you go ahead and give yours. You go ahead.
Well, before you know what? No, I want to hear what you remember from this book.
Okay, now if we're talking about memory, that's a whole nother subject.
I
I don't quite have that one trained. I didn't cultivate any memory skills,
So it's all just gone.
it was the March of 19. I don't know what the years this thing uses, but I do remember vaguely some plot points of elves, giants, Africa. I don't exactly know why Africa, but Africa.
That's because of the Rialans or the Rialians.
All right, name specifically, yeah, that's all. Most of that's gone, but Galagard, and let me think. Here it comes. Galagard's father. His name is Ascalad. That's somebody else. Is that even somebody? Is there an Ascalad?
Askeladd is the brother of Korg.
Oh God, no, not the Korg. All right, let me think here. Galahad. Okay, I don't remember his father's name.
Yes, their father's name was Galahad.
Oh, yeah, it's Galagard. That's the son. Okay, it is Galahad. Okay, all right. I was saying it while I was thinking I was forgetting it. Yeah, I mean, I don't know how important exact details of his upbringing are, like his peasant mother and that strange family situation, but maybe a refresher on some of the names and who they belong to. I know his brothers are absolutely ridiculous.
So,
And William
so we have
Henry.
William, Henry, Askeladd, Korg, Galagard, Galahad, Eileen.
Wait a second. You said Korg's brother is Ascalad. Isn't that the other Korg? Isn't that the Korg that's the brother of Galagard?
Yes, it is
Okay,
not
okay,
Korg
I
the
remember that.
Conqueror's brother.
Yeah, okay, yeah. You had me a little tied up there calling him Korg, but I get it now.
Then we have several kings, such as
No, sir, that's
Anthanis
well okay.
and what
What
was
was
the
the
other
name?
name? Anthony. King Anthony
Anthony
Alonso III, which I don't think we've
Mastanus
gotten to the point where he's referenced yet, but he might have been.
Alonso. Oh yeah, well, and his wife and his brother, whoever that guy was.
His brother was definitely named something.
Oh shit, there's the story. There it is.
um,
Now, Galahad's brother, I think, was at that port city of where they only transported something.
so his sister-in-law confirmed to us that ships exist solely to trade spices.
Now, I'm sure they also trade slaves because I'm sure there's slavery in this world. But
Nope,
I'm
just
not saying
spices.
that
That's
they're running
all.
around.
That's all land-based trade. The
It's
sea
a
is
code.
only
It's
for
a code
spice.
word. It's a code word. It evolved to mean many things. Slaves are the spice of a rich person's life, as you know.
Fuck it, I can't find the brother's name either. He's not really relevant. We just know that he throws parties.
Yeah, yeah, and his son was the guy that was the guard, the main guard for the king. Oh man,
Winbert.
we're breaching into the other important distinction. The two brothers. The two brothers. Wait a second. Am I making a new connection here? What was his name? Umbert? What'd you say?
So Skolad is a
Okay.
lord of equal stature and nobility as Galahad, but he works underneath Galahad, and his brother is Winbert, and he is a knight of the king. I guess he protects him in his castle.
It's just a Skolad is kind of related to the royal family then.
No, no. His brother's just a king's guard.
No, I thought Wimbert was the son of the king's brother. I think so.
I don't think so.
But
Was he?
then again, yeah, I think I remember something vaguely about that being revealed in a recent read. Recent, I say.
Yeah,
But
not very recent at all.
Skolad, I remember we have ourselves 4 or 5 different versions of that fellow, or at least there's some. I don't know who was getting all those name changes.
There was
Was it him?
Skalborg,
Oh God, yes.
potentially Gavin. I don't know. He only showed up for a
Oh
sentence.
no, Gavin special. We know Gavin.
Know nothing about Gavin.
We know nothing about Gavin. That's what makes him special. He's on the list of the mysterious. We could just call them the mysterious. Those who appear and disappear.
Do you remember the history of the world at all? The the originating point for all this conflict that hasn't really done anything in the story.
I'm gonna need a repeat on that question. Do I remember the history?
Yeah, so probably the best way to go over this sort of recap thing is to start from the beginning and just sort of hit the high points.
Don't tell me the best way. Okay, yeah. I mean, the history is not so much a history as it is a mystery. But yeah, I remember at least the points that I remembered while we were going over it. I mean, while we were reading the story for the last few sessions, because I had forgotten any relevant parts, because even while it was being described to me, it was forcibly ejected from my brain.
That's not allowed. You're supposed to let it fester and
No,
mutate you.
no, you guys, you guys made it extra confusing by adding your own biases and not letting me get an unbiased view of it. Oh,
How I pretty much
you
have
told.
been reading it word for word, like fuck ups and
I
all.
know. But every time I tried to piece it together, you'd say I was wrong and then change it. And because it contradicted, and it is, I suppose it's necessary, but also it made it very confusing. So I couldn't retain.
Look, multi-dimensional travel and complete shifts in narrative structure are the only ways to reasonably explain this shit.
Which is fine, but don't expect me to remember it all because that is not an easy feat. But I do vaguely recall 4 kingdoms fighting against the Empire, and then the Empire falling, and demons coming about because the Emperor became a demon, and with his other demon friends who killed all the elves.
That leaves
And
so
then
much out of it. That leaves so much
no, it
important,
doesn't. No,
fine
it doesn't.
detail out of it.
And then the Empire, all the demons went north, but also didn't. and the Empire was destroyed, but it wasn't. But it was. But everybody that was in the Empire was gone, and demons, but aren't demons because everybody's still there. How you like them apples?
It leaves
Chewing.
out so
You want
much. It leaves out such a massive amount.
anything important? I swear, there's nothing important left out of that description because it doesn't apply to Alegord and his realm. It's a whole new football game.
It regards the world, or at least one of the many worlds we venture into in this story.
Do they even mention Korg outside of Henry? Is there even anything going on?
Korg the Conqueror?
Yeah,
He's maybe
I mean,
mentioned
like,
one other time, but the only main time he's mentioned is in a chat with Alegord with William.
yeah, I figured it's like because I mean, you don't really need to know the history of Game of Thrones to get into the characters, and this is kind of on that level. So, you know, after I after going into this story so much, I call the other one Game of Bones
I don't
because
care
it bores me to death.
how bad season 7 and 8 was. You can't compare it to this piece of shit.
Oh no, season 7 and 8, no sir, that's worse than this. But yeah, I guess the earlier seasons did have a certain appeal.
But you're like you learn so air quotes much about the emperor in this very beginning chapter.
I swear you don't. I swear you don't.
Well, for example, you learn that he is the first man to ever desire for more, except for the one that's mentioned later that was greedy earlier.
So tragic. So tragic that he wanted more. It's basically like Romeo and Juliet. They wanted more. Look what happened to them.
So, to offer you some more detail, to let you try and help jumpstart all of our brains here. In the in the prologue, we learn about a kingdom of Alvarez, whose king was
Wait, did you say
greedy.
Alvarez? You said
Alvarez.
Alvar? Okay. Okay, just making sure you added an L in there.
The king was greedy. He was attacking a bunch of Barbadians, which are barbarian people.
Say it ain't so.
And
Are they
so
bad barbarian people, perhaps?
they are labeled as Barbadians.
I assume they are bad barbarians. Barbadian. Barbados. They're from Barbados.
So they hire this guy named Geraint Rapazier from the fucking Fire Mountains or something.
I don't know if I trust that guy.
He comes down and he slaughters the entire royal family and then just kind of takes the throne for himself. And that's when he learned he was greedy.
Wait a second. Hold your horses. Put your horses back in the stable. Rewind. You said the kingdom of Alvarez had the first king that wanted more.
Yes.
And now you're saying this guy also wanted more?
Yeah, he is the actual first person, aside from this king and the guy Madrid several years earlier.
Madrid. Does that come up later, or is that something?
He's not listed in the prologue. He's talked about
Okay.
a little bit in
Also
regards to a sword, but in the author's notes, he's explained.
The more you want, the less you have. That's how it goes.
So Geraint becomes super greedy, and he just starts slaughtering Barbadians. He just completely fucks over these kingdoms. He just expands like a bitch. And people start gathering up and forming a resistance after they have been conquered. And they awaken the sleeping gentle giants, who are pacifists but are the best metal and weapon and armor smiths of the land. And they're just good to go. They're willing to join. And then after that, they go and look for the elves. And the elves are also pacifists, but they're also polytheistic Catholics. So So these elves are initially like, no, we're going to have no part in this. But then, about a sentence later, they're like, okay, we'll help. And
Now that makes sense.
so the entire resistance comes up with a plan. It's a two-fold strategy, or a two-pronged strategy. First, they're going to send in what is the equivalent of a SEAL team to go in and assassinate the Emperor.
Okay, the elves, they just told the elves, but he wants more. And they said, oh, you're right. Shit. We got to join. That's all you got to do. He's the only one. So nobody should be wanting more.
And then the
Want
second,
less. That's what they want. Elves want less. Giants want less. Everybody wants less. Okay, I'm.
in the second part of their strategy is to use Catholic magic to cast a spell that would act as an atomic bomb in the capital where their SEAL team is actively assassinating the Emperor. Unfortunately, because their island is directly within sight of the capital itself and is able to be seen from the bedroom of the Emperor, their amassing of fleets was fairly obvious, and he somehow, quote unquote, learned of their plans. So he, along with 6 other people, boarded a ship. The only known time in the entirety of this fucking book that people are on boats other than spice
It's about
traverse
slaves.
traverse, traverse the small amount of waters to get over to the island, and these 7 people managed to completely fucking eviscerate the entire resistance on this island, kill the giants, kill all the human resistance members, and kill all but one remaining elf.
Have you seen anime? Of course they can. That's the protag who
So,
is white small.
the last living member of the elves, the last surviving elf, decides, since she now has
Yes.
all of the magic,
Yes.
that she is going to perform a satanic blood ritual
That's not very Catholic.
by ripping out her own heart and giving a solid 30-second monologue about their sins and how they're going to pay for it.
Okay,
And
maybe that is Catholic.
she dies, but in return, the spell basically powers up the 7 by making them nearly indestructible, super powerful, unable to die by old age, and unable to be injured by any normal mortal weapon,
Take that. That's what you get.
while keeping their mental faculties perfectly fine.
That's what you get. You dang murderers. You can get all that, all the good stuff.
So the 7 decide, now that they're fucking leveled up, their enemies are completely defeated, they decide to fuck off north and just completely abandon their empire.
Maybe that was the curse. You know, they get that's all that good stuff was to offset the one bad thing, which was they now had a powerful urge to go north and abandon everything. But then they can go south again later. You know, it has a time limit. Boom,
Uh,
now we got a reason it's happening in modern day.
and that is more or less what the prologue was. It ends at the end of that when they fuck off north. I think it mentions that 50 years later, um, the story begins to take place.
Now, now you know there's some very special parts there talking about everybody in the kingdom becoming demons or something, ain't there? Maybe.
Um, with 7 deadly monsters of sin unleashed on the world of Alegord came monsters born from men of Alvarez. The men who tried to invade Alvarez failed and were forced to retreat to never return to the lands again.
Ooh, don't you just love it?
The northern region of Alegord quickly transformed as the cursed men of the once Alvarician Empire turned into demons, changing the landscape completely. Now, nearly 50 years later, the lands north remain unexplored and
Oh,
untouched.
okay. So the kingdom people that are left are the new guys. So it's just the empire that was. Okay, I think I see where the people come from now.
Which, the thing is, like in the notes, which if we have time, we'll go over some of them at the end of this. Um, the actual empire dissolves and sort of fractures and becomes the kingdoms that we know now in the story. So it
Mm,
isn't just everyone in the empire got cursed into being demons as well.
okay, that
So
makes
unless it's
sense.
like a area of effect thing on them where they just kind of fucked off north and
AOE,
some poor
baby,
fucking farmer just got turned into an imp or something.
and had the powerful urge to go north. The undefeatable urge to travel north.
um but that was more or less the prologue. I think there was some like additional information. I distinctly remember that for some reason, and the author tried to defend this, there was like one sentence where he mentioned fix sins, even though he had previously stated seven fucking people, and then like a paragraph
Yeah,
later he mentioned seven, and it was supposed to be a
secret
secret
sin.
sin.
Yeah, the hidden sin, lust. Ooh. Well, at least we know about gluttony. Just
Fucking Tony, man.
he's kind of the only one that matters so far, but he doesn't actually really matter because nobody feels the need to report his terror to anybody.
No, why would they do that? It's just a giant, effectively immortal beast just going around destroying places.
Dragon. Dragon. What could it possibly be? Dragon.
Well, you don't
All right,
understand.
sir.
What are demons? You know?
Yeah, you're right about that. What are demons?
Next
They
up,
don't even exist.
no, they don't exist. They're just fairy tales.
Next up, sir. Good sir.
So next
Next
is
up,
the
sir.
actual main first chapter, the bastard son. In that chapter, we follow Galagard. We discover several important things about him. For example, he fucking hates his horse. He goes around riding for over 24 hours straight, never stopping, never slowing down, never giving it time to rest, drink, eat some fucking hay or grass or something. He is just full
Hey,
on booking it for over a day.
horses are complicated creatures. Who knew they couldn't last that long? Who knew?
His argument
I didn't
was
know.
that his argument was that he didn't want to fall victim to any forest like wildlife or bandits, but
Not even the bandits.
the bandits. But he shouldn't he be skilled enough to at least take that fucking risk?
Oh, he is later. Better believe he is later. He tears them up later.
He continued on finding a hill to see an outline of the fortress, Clifton Fortress, as well as like the mound of land it was on. He made it there, and then he had a wonderful interaction with two people guarding the gate of Clifton Fortress, where they were confused not only by his appearance, but also were actively threatening to just bring out a guillotine and execute him or hang him or something. As soon as he arrived, it's like, I need to
Well,
speak to him.
that's right. Kill that man. What do you think he can talk? Think he can talk to them?
So he then declares himself as the son of Galahad, which they both are in. disbelief of, because one of them somehow knows complete and total knowledge of Galahad's family and is able to list that he has two sons and not Galagard. They find out he's a bastard, threaten him some more. Galagard informs them that his father sent a letter, and then they go get the letter that probably should have had its contents explained to people guarding the gate.
They rip it up, spit on him, and pull their pants down and tell him to leave.
That might have made a more interesting story, but instead,
it seems like they ought to do. They hate him so much.
Instead, a message was sent to them that Galagard is supposed to go there and work in the fortress.
We were just fucking with you. Ah, come on in.
So he goes in, he ties his horse to a stick in what he believes to be the stable, but isn't sure.
Not the smartest move. Somebody could steal that horse.
And then
there are bugs and rats.
We haven't gotten there yet.
Bugs and rats.
It's a perfectly clean establishment at night.
They just start pouring out. Pouring.
So he goes to the courtyard and he finds this guy named William, who will not give his surname, and he asks Galagard what a good night is. To which Galagard is confused and then answers, "It's any night that you're still alive and able to lay in bed with the roof on your head, that is."
It's more comfortable that way. Just like, then you're not have to worry about big old gaps anywhere. It's just sitting right on you.
Which leads William to respond, "And women to hump." And
yes, William, yes. Go on.
Which then leads to a further just furthering the conversation. They're talking about how Galagard is a bastard, how God doesn't view him worthy of life, no one in society should see him worthy of life, that no matter what Galagard does or his achievements, he is a bastard, he is a piece of shit by default. It hammers it down for you.
That's right. I mean, that's how we all feel. So it's good to be represented in the story.
And then they both, or Galagard at least, goes and sleeps. I believe that's where chapter 1 ends. Chapter 2 should start out with them waking up in the shithole.
In the bugs.
Yeah, that's where it ends. With the bugs.
Not the bugs. That's just when one guy's laying there fucking traumatized. Not the bugs again. Not the bugs. They start crawling all over.
I need you to find a AI video generator and just make the scene with Nick Cage, but instead he's in a fucking keep. He's just getting covered in bugs.
You can just get him on fucking whatever that service is called, where you can get a famous guy to do something.
Chapter 2 focuses on William's perspective, the new guy we just met. He's thinking about how Galagard's a bastard. He's standing up, already awake, and everyone is sleeping inside of the halls of Castle Clifton.
Sleeping. The halls of sleeping.
It is the main hall. There are no, barracks. There's no beds. It's all just bedrolls at best on the floors of the hall.
It's a very loosely defined castle, okay? Anywhere.
That's not true.
Is anything.
That's not true. We absolutely know about that tower.
Oh, that's the part that is undefinable. The Tower of Mysteries. So many mysteries in this story.
It's the Tower of Babel with no other rooms except for the one at the top.
Yes, and Henry, its strange occupant.
So everyone starts waking up. They start freaking out because inside of this hall and throughout the entirety of the fortress,
Yes.
it is riddled with holes, cracks, crevices, dirt, soot, and bugs. Bugs
Did they
as
not?
far as the eye can see.
Did they not know this when they went to sleep there? That is generally, I don't sleep in places that I'm surprised to wake up in.
One man starts freaking out because a rat crawled into his boot.
Got
He
the
took the boot
rats.
off and chucked it. The rat started squirming around, running around until it was eventually stomped on by William.
Jesus.
Maximum gut settings were enabled because it splattered across several people, including William himself.
Just cover their faces.
Fuck, where
Oh
was it?
my god.
The rat
God
manages to
damn,
run
that
all
thing
the
was a
way down to
grenade.
the end of the room until an unsuspecting boot appears, crushing the rodent. Disgusting, William thought as his eyes glanced at the sight, S-I-T, of the rodent that he had just killed. The guts were splattered all over his boots.
How fat was that thing?
And then just bugs crawling out of a hole next to people. Fucking grass is in here.
We
Found
need an
bugs
AI
crawling out
generator
of the
right
hole.
now.
Unsettling.
Crawling means they're actively doing it. How many bugs? How many?
All of them.
It's a damn anthill. Ants are just pouring.
After that, as soon as they have woken up, they talk about the smell, how apparently the smell is awful. William recommends that he smell the fucking toilets because apparently that's worse. Uh, then, as soon as they've properly woken up for the day, William announces that supper is going to be had fairly soon. And so they go to ascend the tower and retrieve Henry for their morning
Yeah,
dinner.
just leave him up there. Just leave him. Nobody needs Henry down
uh, as they're walking and talking, we learn about Korg the Conqueror, who appeared
there. Do we?
after the dissolution of the Empire of Alvarez, who combines 12 kingdoms into one, unifying them into Maladin. There was a fairly important part that when it was being dealt, his invasion and conquest was going on. Henry, the lord of this castle, was in charge of and defending this castle. So when all of his men died, he battled 100 men by himself until going face to Korg and then getting defeated in the blink of a second.
By God, it's one for the history books. Going face to Korg, defeated in the blink of a second.
Sorry, I just gotta. What? There we go. I need those two highlighted.
Got to write it down in your personal book Bible. It's one of the best things.
Best writings, just best writings overall.
Got to write fanfic about that one. Face to Korg.
So after Korg beat the shit out of him, he let him live, and then Henry decided to join Korg in his conquest.
Henry old,
And so
but
when
he's also
Korg,
37.
we don't really know his age.
Yeah. Yeah.
So when Korg won and he unified the kingdoms into one, uh, Henry kind of got fucked over, and he was punished for his crimes of helping the victor by being forced to live the rest of his life and be in charge of Clifton Fortress.
Where he was before and was protecting.
Correct.
Okay. 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 We don't know. Okay, we don't know the finer details. So maybe it was repopulated by Korg's people, and now he's miserable.
From there, they continue to ascend the tower. The tower is just as fucking terribly maintained as the rest of the fort. There are holes and cracks throughout the walls. There are no side railings to the stairs. They eventually make it up to the top, where they find the only room in this tower to have no door. It's just an open archway, where inside is effectively unnatural darkness. Can't see shit in there. And inside of that darkness, we see a candle lift up, move over to another candle, and light it, which reveals Henry in his four-poster hammock bed, standing up, sleeping, just now waking up, nowhere near where the candles were.
Standing in a hammock is really hard. Those things don't stay still.
Which is the first and only time that we get to be graced by the candle ghosts of this fortress. And then we learn about Henry, how he immediately fucking hates Alegord. He is just a really shit bit rate Alistair Thorne.
As he should. As he should be. And should do.
And then after a small conversation, Alegord and William head back down, and they sit and begin talking about the dinner, which Alegord says is fucking shitty. It's littered with beans and meat and potatoes and all this stuff. Alegord declares it to be trash. They drink. Henry shows up. Alegord stares at his sword for a decent bit of time, calling it fucking, what's it called? Yerheim steel, which is nothing like Valyrian steel.
No, no, no. No, 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 sir. Carry on, sir.
Fucking
Carry on. It's nothing like Valerian. What
I
you
want to
got
know what
there?
this is called.
Oh, you want to know? It's Jotunheim steel.
Yerheim. Yeah. Spellbound by elvish magic. They have their meal. They finish up. They start working after dinner in the morning. He gives William a task to go and investigate beyond the wall into the demon lands. When Alegord asks what his instructions are, he insults Alegord, tells him that he shouldn't give him instructions and to fuck off. And more or less, that's the end of chapter 2. The only other thing of note is that William grabs 3 people that were listed to join him in his excursion.
Yes. There were similarly 3 or 4 people excursioning beyond the wall in the beginning of another story.
No. That's all coincidence.
No, truly, I'm being foolish.
That one was about winter. This is about summer. Come on. Entirely unique.
Is it? Well, okay
Yeah.
then. Yeah. Summer is coming.
Summer is coming.
Summer is on the way. That's how it says. That's how it's said in this world. Summer is on the way.
Chapter 3 focused on Galahad. He had overheard stories about a wounded soldier making his way into a town, and he was worried that the king would find out about this injured soldier before him. So he went to
My
go
God,
find the injured soldier, figure out whatever information he had and how he was injured, so that way he could report it to the king.
not bandits.
It could have been, but no,
Not
absolutely not. It has to be the
um,
most dangerous thing possible. After all, people
not a
like
bear.
soldiers don't get injured. You understand that, right? Like that's not possible.
Not a training injury. Just trying to list all the possible other ways a soldier can get in. Oh, that's good. He is
Uh,
the great Lord Galahad.
so Galahad, alongside his sons of Askeladd, and Korg, um, join his soldiers and begin to venture off into what was it called? Not that one.
Are you sure?
Damn it, the map's gone. Whale Harbor, I think.
Yes, definitely.
Yeah, Whale Harbor.
It's Whale Harbor, yeah.
Whale tail harbor.
So they get to Whale Harbor and they're looking around and they see like all of these forests being cut down. Like Saruman is determined to just cut the fuck out of these
My God.
trees. Then, as they approach the actual like harbor area, they see these giant ships that are so massive, Galahad did not recognize them as ships. And on top of one of them, he saw a little boy walking around and climbing on one until a woman told him to get down and get inside the house because his father was going to tell him a story and that it was story time.
Oh, that's the key word. There we go. The kid with
So,
massive thighs. He's got super thighs and calves. He jumps down, no problem. Yeah.
so the kid jumps down from the very top of the ship all the way onto the ground and then rushes inside. Confused, Galahad approaches and enters the woman's house and then starts a conversation with her and then looking at her realizes that the kid must have been her son because the kid went inside and looking at her he realizes that it's
Wait a minute.
actually his sister-in-law.
Wait a minute. I know you.
So they have a conversation notably about ships in that what is the purpose of all ships? It is to trade spices and nothing more.
As we all know.
But recently there has been a purple light in the distance that has been fixating ships to head towards it and be destroyed.
Demon.
So they are constructing more and more ships and loading them with more spice to go out.
To destroy more and more ships and load with more spice to get destroyed. Just kidding. I don't know.
It sounded like it pretty much sounded like the fucking plan she was explaining.
Just, we got to get rid of all this spice, or send them out. They get destroyed. We build more. It was just endless.
So then, as Galahad sort of loses focus of the conversation, he turns towards a man telling stories to several children. And it's about an island full of wraiths. And all the kids boast about how the father is brave, how the island sounds scary, and he finishes up the sacred story time. He heads into the same room as Galahad and his sister-in-law, starts talking to Galahad, and then after a few paragraphs of dialogue, he realizes from his face that that is his brother, Henry
No.
Galot.
Wait a second. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. You're my brother. I can't believe it.
So they chat for a little bit. I believe there was one point where he looked at Galahad with
And said, wait a second. You're my brother. Is that how that works?
by the gods, if it isn't Galahad, he said with euthanization. It's always a good. It's always good.
Oh my. He killed somebody.
They chat a little bit about the kid. He brings up his own children, which are also in the room, Korg and Askeladd.
Wait a minute. That's my son. I just fucking don't remember any.
They argue in beliefs, given one of them believes in black phantoms, but doesn't believe in demons, and one of them believes in demons a little bit,
And Black Phantoms.
but
And
not black phantoms. But then he also changes his mind on the demons and then reverts back.
what a jumbled mess of strange people.
And then they head out to his backyard, where apparently, coincidentally, the soldier is dead, wrapped in cloth, sort of just baking and creating filth outside.
That's the best way to ferment them for consumption later.
He'll be used in a fucking food hack.
That's how we get the spice.
And yeah, that chapter ends with the realization, oh, the soldier's dead. Who knows?
Wait a minute. This man's dead.
Oh, and somehow they know the demons are marching inwards, south to the capital. Slothfulness and pride alike.
Alike. That means maybe both of them. Dang, so we got both of them on the way, and then Gluttony comes. That's
And
three of
then
them.
Gluttony shows up. Yep.
All three are coming, but we only know of one. But also those two.
After that, chapter 4 on the road, we focus on Korg as they're heading back to their home.
These two, I think we can go ahead and just skip to the nap because these two are so goddamn mean and pointless.
No,
These
you're
fucking
forgetting.
brothers.
You're forgetting the fucking poem that you read.
Oh well, and of course the poem. Those two brothers, they just go. It's just two brothers. It's just two brothers going on and on.
They're just heading back to their house. They're shit talking each other. One of them sings a pedophilic poem.
Yeah.
They argue back and forth about whether or not Galahad should have over 100 knights defending him, since the king has almost a dozen protecting him.
Yeah, he's better than this stinky old king.
What?
Yeah. Hold on.
Oh,
I'll find it.
yikes.
Where
The pride of children.
da, 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 da. I would think nearly 100 knights at least, Askeladd said as he stared at Galahad riding off in the distance. 100 men, you said? Korg said, confused about what he meant. Oh no, Askeladd said, declaring his words wrong. Not men, knights, he repeats, correcting Korg. Father should have been escorted by 100 knights, not a mere 4 half-wits who I'm certain never swung a blade in their lives. What's your point? Stop your riddles, Askeladd, Korg said.
Yeah.
Riddle?
It was a riddle. The king, when he is off and about, is accompanied by at least a few dozen men, but when our Lord Father is, he only brings a few. Why do you suppose that is?
Because he's not a little bitch.
Yeah. But yeah, that's a pretty
wait,
boring.
did he say? Did he just say? Did I just read? Did he just say that? That is why. That is why. No, yeah.
He is the king. That is why, as things has always been. Askeladd, Winbert said.
I thought I read that. I thought I read that.
Then we have the good chapter.
Oh,
Chapter 5, Into the Demon Lands.
It's a dragon. It's a dragon, William.
William, alongside the other three, are standing up, T-posing on the back of their horses, riding into the Demon Lands. It's important to note, last 14 expeditions in here.
Wait a second there. Wait, what happened on the last one? It had been proven to him that each troublesome trip after another was nowhere near worth the costs, and despite his countless visits, he was still a stranger here and a stranger to the creatures that lurk nearby. Okay, but okay,
But what?
but they regularly send people out to meet with Glutamy, and I assume he'd be one of them if he went 14 times.
We'll get to that.
No,
It'll take time, but we'll get to that.
No, we will. We're glossing over that entirely. Let's gloss. Come on, let's put some gloss on.
They're traveling around. They find a bunch of corpses and bodies and skeletons until they find a mound of bodies that have not been eaten, that have not decayed, in a pool of blood in the desert that is still not dried blood, of a bunch of people from another fort along the wall that have armor and weapons that all the men in Fort Clifton do not, except for William. They find a hole, a scaly hole in the ground.
Big scaly hole.
They're not sure what could have made it. No reptile could exist of this size.
You son of a bitch. Who said that? Who said that line? Was it William or somebody else?
William. Or no, behind him, Simon's.
Okay.
No, it is William. William shifted his eyes
No.
away from them, focusing on the scene as he dismounted. His stomach twisted in worry as he moved closer to the scales, large enough to be the size of his palm. It appears reptilian, he observed, but it's not possible. No reptile could exist of this size.
Ooh, William. Ooh. You better check yourself, William. You better check yourself, boy.
They continue riding until eventually one of them is such a pussy that the horse kind of fucks off behind a hill. And then after literally a couple seconds, its bones and corpse fly into the air, landing down in front of them. And then Glutony shows up. Although I can't remember if he was even remotely labeled Gluttony at the beginning.
No, I don't think so. I think it was very vague. This incredibly hungry, large beast.
Golmond Feast is what he called himself, yeah.
What the frick on a stick? Goldman.
Get it? Because he likes to eat.
I don't quite. It's a riddle.
Oh, it's a riddle.
It's a riddle.
Gomon Feast talks about how he's constantly hungry. He eats everything around, but he hasn't started eating them yet until one of them accidentally cuts themselves and starts bleeding, causing Gomon to go into a fit of rage. He starts attacking them. They hide in a pit full of bones. When it's down to just two people, William finds a hole. And so William says they need to crawl through the hole to survive.
Come on, we can live. Come with me through this hole and we can live. The other guy's
However,
like, what? Heck no.
the other guy, John, says that running away would be cowardice and that they have to fight it. And so when William pussies out of the hole, he's going to come back with the beast's head, and he's going to know what a true strong man looks like.
I think John was a bit of a melancholic, bit of a depressive. I think he was just done.
I personally love how this is written. William winced. We don't have much time. There's a hole.
Sounds like Saturday night. Ain't that right, William?
And then I don't think it was John. I think it was the person before John, but he just kind of ran into Glutoni's mouth and just died immediately. Like
I think it was John. I think it was both of them.
It probably was both of them.
He just jumped right into his mouth. It's very Monty Python-esque.
Chapter 6, A Week at Clifton's Fortress, is when the timelines begin to start crinkling.
No, sir. No, it began at page numero uno. But okay.
Look, with the timeline shifts, we can't consider the prologue. It's important, but...
He went in 14 times, okay, and didn't know about the demons.
It's later.
Where did he go? Where did he go?
Later.
14 times. Did he just like walk in and sit down and then walk back out 13 times or 14 times? The 15th time he actually went somewhere standing on his horse?
So, chapter 6...
What do you mean that's late? He just said it. He just said he went in 14 times. What are you talking about? Okay.
We focus on Alegord. Apparently, it's been nearly a week's time, nearly half a fortnight, since he was casted away by his lord father. This chapter, this one has Henry just being described as a shitheel, like, for 3 paragraphs straight.
Oh, yeah. Really taking him down a peg.
No, it's not that. It's fucking exposition from Alegord to himself about, Henry doesn't like me, and I also don't like him, so I'm just going to stay out of things. It's just over and over. But this chapter also has the best character in this fucking story.
Uh-oh. Is that who I think it is?
He was sitting down drinking an ale when...
Yes, it is.
3 drunkards were behaving in a cheerful but icy manner and were engaging in a fist battle in which they are matching blows to blows and punches to punches.
Yes. Like real men. Come on.
Hold on, I just need to highlight this entire fucking section.
Go right ahead.
That is a long sentence. Among the drunks was a coward who doesn't fight. All that he did was run commentary, throw pebbles and twigs, and render assistive touches were needed, since he knows his dexterity is so worse that he might die at the receive of just a blow. He could have also become a casualty of fatal beating and injuries, but Galagard knows he is a coward who only runs his mouth. Therefore, he didn't get a punch from Gal. Every one of the drunks received a punch from Galagard, which put the coward completely at his disposal.
Right. That's right. He was vulnerable to Galagard now because everybody else received a punch. What is an assistive touch? What is that? Can we clarify?
Do we want
What
to know?
Yeah, do we?
I really do, but I don't think we'll ever know. What assistive touch is. I mean,
It's just some fuck like tapping people's shoulders and throwing pebbles at people.
Yes. Oh god. Just like fucking touching them to distract them, and they get punched by Galagard. It's totally helping.
So Henry shows up and breaks the fight apart.
And Ray.
Did I miss the part where
you did?
he mentions that
after that when he's sulking? Henry probably says something mean to him.
No, Mummery.
Oh, Mummery. Mummer's
Where the
horse?
fuck? Oh, hold on. Yeah, he found the mummers earlier, but then it shifts back to him thinking about Henry for a bit.
Well, he does. He does like to do that, doesn't
he? Henry berates Galagard, tells Galagard that he, the mimes, and the coward have to work together to get supplies from a nearby town. And then, and I quote, on their trip to the village, the men attempted to kill Galagard in accordance with Henry's plan. However, Galagard discovered this information on his own without anyone informing him of it. And so then he starts thinking about how much Henry hates him again. And then he advises the coward he battled with that in the event of a conflict, he should select carefully on whose side to be before fighting him. This was before the fight even started.
Would you like an assistive touch, my lord? Later.
He then boosts himself up, saying, I really don't need to remind you of how strong, dangerous, agile, and vicious I can get, so think well and think good before you select sides. Galagard was referring to the potential for Galagard to become all of these things.
Not the actuality, which comes in just a moment.
So the coward and Galagard killed the mimes, allowing only Galagard to live.
Why were the mimes the assassins? Are they well trained mimes? I guess.
Invisible daggers, dude.
I didn't even catch that the first time. They were mimed. Holy Lord. With their mimed fucking weapons, just bashing them over the head, but nothing's happening. He's like, I am invincible. None of their attacks are harming me.
So after Galagard and the coward killed the mimes and Galagard killed the coward, yes.
God damn it, you biased.
No, man, that's not biased. Listen to this.
Your fantasies that you like to make.
Galagard and the coward then slaughtered the remaining men, allowing only Galagard to live.
He promised the coward.
Yeah, and Galagard's a fucking bastard.
He just murders him.
He forgot about him, okay? This is all from Galagard's perspective. He forgot that the coward existed.
Really? He forgot about him? Because the coward's mentioned in the next fucking sentence.
He remembered. Wait, what does he mention? What does he say?
Despite their lack of refinement and finesse, Alegord and the Coward were successful in their mission. After he had vanquished his foes, he went back to the village to retrieve the supplies, gathered his loot, and boarded the carriage to make the journey back to the castle. He fucking killed him.
How about this? The Coward never existed. He was a figment of Alegord's imagination. Nobody throws rocks and then delivers assistive touches without getting murdered.
Did he leave him alive long enough to get the money and just like so he could die and watch Alegord get all the money?
Oh my god, there were mimes. What kind of money would the mimes have? What the heck did he do?
I don't know. Do they have any money? The kingdom's poor and they can't afford armor.
There's rats, bugs. But why are there mimes? Who likes watching mimes? How are they entertaining? Why can they kill people?
It's one of the many crimes that make you get sent to the Night's Watch, you know? There's rape, pillaging, murder, and mummery.
I see. I can understand that. They can really get on some nerves.
Chapter 7, Hunt. They're sitting around.
The bear and the maiden fair.
They're sitting around. They're talking about being lords, talking about how Korg has never fucked a chick, talking about how Askeladd basically has sex with and then runs off every single maid that has ever entered their keep.
He's consistent. That's a good quality for a lord.
We learn important information about the Pope of the polytheistic Catholic religion.
Where did this Pope come? There is no Pope. Get out of here with that.
We learned that you become Pope by being the son of the Pope, even though the Pope takes a vow of abstinence or an oath of abstinence. But the Pope does fuck his led to priestesses.
Many complications. Wait, his what?
Priestesses.
Oh, priestesses. Oh, okay.
Priestesses. Yeah, priestesses. That's not how it's spelled. There's no fucking way that's how it's properly spelled in English. It's like Pristis.
I don't know. It's kind of blurry.
P-R-I.
That's priestesses. Yeah, that's priestesses.
Yeah.
Priestess would have a E instead of an I and no T after the first. His priestesses.
What is a priestesses?
It's his sister priestesses. Priestesses.
Oh, Christ.
Incest.
Eventually, some farmers show up, to which Askeladd basically just threatens to fucking murder them because they're coming to go see Galahad. But Galahad is taking his iconic 7 p.m. nap.
Yes, no. That's not just a 7 p.m. nap. That's a motherfucking month-long nap. That's a nap for the ages, boy. That's hibernation.
Askeladd pretty much argues, fuck the farmers. We don't need farmers. We can just order food and grains from other districts in the kingdom.
Just use Grubhub. Just use Grubhub, bro. Where do you think the food comes from, brother?
And the farmers continue like begging for help because a bear or a pack of bears are going around destroying their crops and killing people in their village.
A bear fused together with a pack of bears to make one big bear.
So Korg uses this as an opportunity to convince Askeladd to go along, since hunting is illegal in their realm because one person got killed during a hunting expedition.
Death is a strangely important thing in this world.
Why would the bear destroy the crop?
Well, it's like a bear thing. Maybe
Where
it
is
just
it?
destroyed all the farmers. They couldn't farm their crop, but I have no clue.
We're farmers in the village. Recently, we've been having a series of attacks by wild bears. We've only seen one, but we believe
You
there could be
notice
more.
it says a wild bears. A wild bears, meaning, just like I said, a whole bunch of bears fused together like conjoined twins, but like conjoined dodecatuplets. It's basically just like a walking army of fused bears. Okay, well, that's what it is to me. That's my canon.
They attack our crops and destroy almost everything.
Yeah, well, when they're fucking insane like that, they'll do that, I guess. Just start digging them up out the ground. How else do you attack crops? Start biting them. Just like going through the field, mowing them down.
Some rancher's just going along with some sheep and he sees like a pack of 3 fucking bears just rush over to a cornfield and start just clawing the shit out of stalks.
Well, at least they aren't killing me.
Recently, some kids were attacked too. Our safety and the safety of our crops are at stake now, one of the farmers said to Korg, that he was almost sobbing.
Dude, that's a bad bear problem if they're killing your crops and your people. Like, what are they doing? They going for the buildings next?
Then Askeladd starts shit talking the farmers, saying, "This isn't the Lord's problem. Fuck you. You shouldn't come to the Lord for help."
I mean, he's pretty much right though. Like, you definitely just want to get like a guy with a gun or a bow. But we've been over this.
Yeah, I mean, presumably the farmers have tried something before turning.
You presume? You dare to presume?
Motherfucker, you're trying to argue that the coward's alive. Fuck off with that.
I argued that he never existed in the first place. But yeah, hunting's illegal, so I guess they have to go to the Lord. They have no other choice.
We then figure out that hunting became illegal because a guest came to go on a hunt. They found that his body was mutilated. He was attacked by a wild cat, probably a tiger. They searched for the animal but couldn't find it, and it was such a big issue that they stayed away from hunting.
One guy dies sailing a boat. Now sailing boats is illegal.
Which is why only spice is allowed on the ships.
You're right. You're damn right there, boy. Oh my god. We found so many solutions.
Again, they wouldn't wake Galahad because he's taking his iconic afternoon nap, but Korg and Askeladd and Skolad journey off to kill the 4 bears themselves.
I'm telling you, other than in the fucking demon lands, death in the kingdom is apparently like the biggest deal. One guy's injured and the king's gonna find out. One guy gets hurt hunting. Hunting's illegal. Like, I'm telling you, man, death is a big deal.
It's impossible to die without demons, or I guess bears, cats.
Yeah. Well, there was something funky going on, but hunting had to be illegalized. But then the 2 kids died, I guess. Said the bears ate them, so I guess maybe that wasn't. Maybe child death is okay.
They made it to the village of Mirkwell. There was quite a panic as a bear, singular, had been seen roaming around the 3rd fields of the village. The 3rd field, which lay further west from the 2nd and 1st fields, was vastly larger in size and had been tender to by the sept and farmers alike since the establishment of the village.
Okay. That's a lot to take in.
The bear itself was not a common one. It was not black but brown. However, it was much too larger to be considered a brown bear. It was a monster bear unlike any other bear before, with an enormous size. The villagers started nicknaming it Velik the bear.
Is that a nickname? It just sounds like an actual name they gave.
It is a nickname, apparently.
Like that big fucker's nickname. Velik's like they really named that thing.
Velik had been rampaging the area for quite some time, far too long for the villagers' liking. Many of the villagers came up to a decision about the bear to slay it. They set out on hunts, but confirmation, myself, dickhead. However, each hunt they set out on, they returned empty-handed and wounded, with some men falling victim to the beast.
Well, it was illegal. You shouldn't have done that. And people died, so I guess death isn't a big deal again. Damn it. Maybe certain we'll figure it out one day. No, we won't.
House Galat oversee a majority of the northern Maladin, aka the north, where the lands are covered from head to toe in forest. They continue going along, and eventually, I believe it's Skolat, yes. They continue riding north as Korg tugs the horse left and right, maneuvering around the tricky corner of the rounded forest. They, Skolad said, pointing at Velik, as they had found it.
They.
A beast like none other, plump and rounded with a dish face and razor-sharp claws. The animal was massive with a scar like none other that stretched across its entire face. It was clear this beast was a king of the woods, as no other animal had managed to prove otherwise.
A dish face?
A dish face.
Okay. Very good, sir.
So, Korg goes and attacks it. It takes 2 attempts at striking it for it to die pretty much immediately. Where we then momentarily meet. Where the fuck is he?
He's actually Korg the Conqueror pretending to be Galagard's brother.
Where the fuck is Gavin?
Gavin. Tell us, Gavin.
Of course. You sure that thing is dead? Of course, Korg said as he removed his spear from the dead animal. He smirks at Gavin as he holds his spear in hand.
Beautiful Gavin. There he is. There he goes.
We then learn some pretty important information. Korg attaches his spear back on his horse while taking out a dagger from its pack. He starts to cut the dead beast's head off. Strange, a bear shouldn't be this far south. I wonder what drove it here, spelled as in like hearing, he said in a low voice. Askeladd thought the scene was disgusting, Korg attaching the bear head on his horse. Whatever the reason, it does not matter now as it's dead. We should hurry. After all, the lady has finished lady labor. She is due any day now, Scotland said.
Scotland. There was Scotland.
So we learned that their mother has finished labor.
Don't you say it. Okay.
Lady labor.
Don't you fucking say that word to me.
And
Keep that word out your mouth.
And so any day now, she's going to give birth. So then Askeladd, Korg, and Scotland head back to their house.
Why is Scotland going with him? Scotland? What are you doing, Scotland?
To try and speed this up a little bit. Chapter 8, new addition to the family. There's really only two important things that happen in this chapter. Do you remember them?
New addition to the family. I believe Galahad left for the king. No, I don't remember any other specific.
So, the two important things is first, apparently, immediately after they left to go and fight Velik, Galahad just fucked off immediately to go and see the king. And number two, well, the first of number two is that apparently women in this world isolate themselves in their bedroom for months, believing that it will help their child be stronger. And two, after she had given birth, they set alight a corner of the room.
Oh yeah, they did do that.
Yeah, there's just a burning fucking fire. Like they're just burning part of the room.
It also makes the child stronger, makes his lungs stronger.
But that's really the only relevant bit of that.
Yeah, I don't think anything important happens with dang old Galahad and the king. He kind of just tells him nothing important, and
that
the
is
king decides nothing
absolutely
important.
not true. We learn about the economy. Do you not understand?
You don't learn nothing about nothing.
We learn how civilization works. We figure out that if people trade in your place, more will come.
Oh, I think we can just assume the minister of finance just lies to the king, and the king pretends to be in charge. None of that is actually how it works.
First bit of chapter 9 is Galahad and Skolad talking about what makes banditry happen. Then we get to learn about needing more revenue from goods coming into the port. We learn that if people trade in your kingdom, they'll head back with the money they've gained and then bring more people to trade in your kingdom and repeat that process.
He doesn't know how it works. He's just pretending.
We are informed that the king's observation about traders coming from different parts of the world is correct. That's civilization. It means their trade is growing, but the growing trade is yet to affect the lives of their people, even though they're receiving goods.
He really has no idea what's going on. We need to talk to somebody else about this. The king has no clue. Whoever that guy is there, he's straight gaslighting the king. The king just thinks he knows what's up, but he has no idea. Somebody taught him wrong on purpose, just as a joke.
He's worried that there hasn't been a tax increase in 4 years, and so their solution is to tax the foreign traders more and reduce the trade or reduce the tax on people within the kingdom to balance their revenue.
You see what I mean? You see how none of that works. I don't really exactly know, but I'm assuming none of that really works. He's straight just getting, like, he tells the guy this stuff, and the guy's like, "Yes, sir," and then he goes and does something completely different, and it works. So the king never learns about his actual capable or kingdom running decision.
And so the response to that is what your logic is pushing for is like taking from these people and giving to these other people, the king said. We'll be giving to our people. This will make life a lot better for them. And don't forget, they'll love you more and see you as a king with their interest at heart, Balin said. I'm not concerned about them loving me. I'm only concerned about making a good decision that would be good for the image of the kingdom. Note that it wasn't a good decision for the kingdom, it's just for the image of the kingdom.
Well, that basically is the kingdom. I mean, come on. I mean, come on.
Sometimes remembering this story, I just like to daydream about what would happen if Tywin rolled in and just fucking eviscerated this kingdom.
Well, there's your fanfic. There you go.
It'd be a page long. Tywin would look at this fucking continent of retards and leave.
He doesn't have a choice. He he starts his own kingdom and just takes over. This world is run by absolute imbeciles.
So then you have a separate chapter 9 in conjunction, where the focus is Galahad again, and basically he just rolls in, arguing that they need to have. Yeah, this one I'm gonna completely fucking skip. Basically, he argues that there needs to be a royal court of all of the nobles in the kingdom to talk about demons, which some of them are against having.
I'm somewhat convinced that the actual kingdom is ran by an actual king and lords, like just a little bit south of them, and these are all guys just playing pretend. This isn't even part of any story. They're just all mentally deranged.
There are complaints about how they don't want to send like soldiers off to deal with whatever issue Galahad is presenting, because Galahad is apparently aware of conflict going on in his own land against demons at this time.
That's right.
And it basically, we do reference King Anthony, basically ends with an agreement that it will happen, and Balin and Galahad need to get the fuck out of the throne room.
Okay.
Yeah, then we get the renaming of King Anthony III there.
Yeah, it's his pet name.
It is not.
Like to call it. It is. Well, I forget how deep we got in this. What chapter did we stop at?
13 or 14?
Further. Yeah, I think it was right after Gluttony and then something else.
A king and his brother. This one's another fucking short one. Basically, chapter 10, a king and his brother, all that is showing you a separate king, talking about how he doesn't have a queen and that he needs to get a queen because that will make the kingdom view him as a proper king.
But he has a queen.
He does.
Yeah, he does. Now look for Wimbert. Look for him in this chapter. He is the son of the king's brother. This is where we learn. Okay, maybe I'm remembering. Maybe I'm remembering incorrect.
No, Winbert Clawid. So yeah, he's not.
Okay, it was just him being Skolad's brother. That was the reveal I'm remembering. Scotland Skolad III's brother, Wimbert.
So
I didn't even think of that. It could be Scotland Gavin Skolad. That's his full name. And they just reference him by different just like King Asthanius Anthony Alonso.
But Stannis has a different last name.
Oh no, he doesn't. He
Oh,
has
yes, he
5 or
fucking
6. He
does.
has 7 or 8 names.
Oh,
The
really?
man, the king of many names. He can literally just add names on. He's the king.
Better wait until I find the fucking page we were on. I'm whipping out a document. You're gonna know.
Not
Fucking
nothing,
check.
son.
Anyway, the brother section, yeah, it's basically just you need to get your
Yeah.
dick wet, you need to get married, because otherwise everyone's not caring about you.
But brother, I literally have a son named William.
Nah, it's gonna be a little difficult because I have to hold X.
Don't you fucking hold X. You let that button go. What is this, the note?
Yes, yes, it is. So, Anthony Alonso and fucking and Stannis are two different people.
Where does it say that? Where? Where? And why do they share? Okay, now that does make a little sense if one of them has a wife and one doesn't, but I don't know if they really actually keep them separate there. Because which one is the father of William? And is it the one that was talking to the king's brother?
Damn it, that was the wrong document. I will find the notes eventually. That's just the timeline. That's the assumed
Okay.
timeline.
Yeah, that makes sense. It's okay. We can get to it eventually. But you do need to kind of cross-reference and check out if William belongs to the king that has a wife or doesn't.
It's
Because
to Stannis. It's not Alonso.
okay, so Alonso doesn't have the wife.
We don't know. We do not learn much about Anthony. We know
Oh, he's
mostly
a
about
mystery king.
Stannis.
All right.
Chapter 11, The Maid and the Lord. It's fairly short. Alegord sees a golden bird, as in like full gold metal, gold bird staring at him and the fortress before flying off.
It's foreshadowing.
And Henry walks up to him, shit talks him, and basically explains that his mother was a whore and that she manipulated his father into impregnating her so that way she could blackmail him.
Good old Henry. Always there when you need him.
Then we have the good chapter, Rampage of Gluttony.
You think so? Okay.
Where we have William, exhausted, heading back towards Fort Clifton, pausing for a moment, trying to decide whether or not he will stop at the wine shop.
Ooh, yeah. William, the wine shop.
But he
Okay, but
decides
he decides not to. Why?
because they wouldn't believe him.
Yeah.
So
They wouldn't believe him.
he was walking back and he knew Glutoni may or may not be chasing him. So as he was walking forward, there was a town getting attacked by Glutoni, and people were running and telling him that they were getting attacked and continuing to run. So he joined them in their running. He and the others made it to the gate of Castle Clifton. They opened up the gate, went in.
No, they
William
didn't.
climbed up all the steps of the Tower of Babel,
They
and
left them all outside the gate. They let William in.
he found Henry. He started explaining the situation where Henry immediately became angry because William didn't believe in demons, so he ventured off by himself into the demon lands to prove that there were no such thing as demons.
And by God, on his 15th try, he found it.
Oh, it's this chapter. Okay. Oh.
Yeah. So he berates him. Henry claims the biggest problem with William is basically that he believes in science and reasoning rather than just trusting everyone's belief in demons. So then Henry starts changing into armor, and William's stuck looking at his scar, his big scar. Henry then yells at him, saying, or yelling at William, telling him that he shouldn't be looking at his dick. So William leaves. Henry looks at a bunch of swords, presumably in weapon racks, but doesn't grab any of them. He instead opens his wardrobe, where Ludwig, his magical but really isn't sword is, takes it heads down. Then we get to figure out that Alegord basically just gave up on being a fighter or anything, and he just kind of decided to become a gardener and pulled some weeds. Eventually, there is a meeting of all the soldiers in Castle Clifton where Henry announces that Glutoni is on the way, and he gives an inspirational speech telling everyone that they will succeed because Glutoni is a foreigner.
And what?
Give me a second, I'll find it. Where is it? Where?
I fail to see how that is an advantage.
Henry could see that the soldiers were scared, and the first thing he had to achieve before Glutoni would get to the fortress would be to help the soldiers build their courage. Glutoni might be big and dangerous, but he is not in his territory. He has gone out of his comfort zone, and as soldiers, you know what it means for a soldier to fight within his home and in a strange land. When you fight within your home, you already know how to use the things around you to your advantage. You already know the places where you would be able to gather more strength and the places where you'll be the weakest. You can use this information to defeat your enemy, who is a stranger within your land. Your enemy doesn't know these things that you already know. I'm not done.
Okay.
They don't know where they might be in danger if they try to attack you. You can set a trap for them in a particular place, and they'll be standing on it without knowing. Why? Because they're in a strange land. Glutoni is in strange territory. The Nylands might be ours, but Glutoni has never left the Nylands, at least for over 2 centuries, so we know our way around here, and as soldiers we were taught to use everything around us to our advantage. We've good weapons, and Ludwig is here with me. If we're very coordinated, within an hour, Glutoni will become part of our history. We'll make history as the first fortress to hunt down a demon in over 200 years. So, my comrades, our history begins now. What say you? And that worked.
But it's a dragon. Dragons are usually stronger when they're not in their caves because they can fly. Okay, I guess maybe Gluttony can't fly, but
well, he can't fly, and he's also slower on all fours.
but the same thing applies. He's a foreign dragon is just as dangerous as a dragon on its home area because it's a dragon. What are you gonna do?
So from there, everyone starts getting ready. Still, no one's wearing armor, but we learned that the soldiers, skilled soldiers, are competent at one weapon. They are trained to use one weapon specifically. Specialists know how to use two, and some know how to use all the weapons, which thankfully Alegord happens to be skilled in all the weapons.
That boy is a genius.
So all the soldiers head out beyond the walls of the castle, where a single man with a cannon alongside a bunch of spearmen are standing at the very front. Then you have swordsmen in the very back, behind the wall, not on the wall, but like behind it, sort of like where the gate is, are all of the archers. They sat around and waited until Gluttony reached arrow range for the cannon to start firing. It took 15 minutes, but eventually the spearmen start just chucking spears at it. All of this doing nothing. Gluttony kills them all. Then the swordsmen go in, and they're not doing anything, and they're all dying. So a couple of knights under Henry's control go down to start fighting it. And then Henry sort of steps down from the top of the wall, then stands back on top of the wall, pulls out his sword.
Started with the cannons. Again, they started with the cannonballs.
Yeah.
All right, that's all I had to say.
And so Henry, thinking he is tough shit, decides to jump into the air off of the top of the wall, hundreds of feet forward, and trying to like stab Gluttony in the top of his skull. Gets caught midair, and then is flung left and right, getting slammed against the ground, the wall. But instead of turning into jelly, he's just kind of laying there dying. Alegord's sort of watching, doing nothing. He has no weapons, no armor.
Oh my god, that thing fucking killed me.
And so Alegord goes to try and help him up, because I guess that would help. And then Henry just shit talks him for being a bastard again.
The best death. Oh, Henry died doing what he loved.
So Alegord sort of then turns and just sort of picks up Ludwig, the magic sword, off the ground, and it catches fire, showing that Alegord is pure of heart, like Mati.
Yes. Yes. Fucking redemption. Come on, Alegord, slaughter it. Kill all the sins. Save us.
So Henry's last dying breath is to curse Alegord, tell him he's a bastard and that that sword will be his ruin, and he is going to die a slow, miserable death. And he would have kept going, but he couldn't anymore because he was dead.
Then he just whispers, "Thank you, Henry."
Then William comes out from behind the wall because he wasn't doing anything during this fight. And he sees Henry dead, and he sort of rushes over and grabs his body and looks at Alegord as the flames are going away.
You killed him, Alegord, you bastard! We have a fucking... So, you know, I'd be totally hyped if this story went to where Alegord was a badass, killed all the demons and saved the day.
Why? That's 12 chapters in. We're 12 chapters in, and he's done fucking nothing other than give up.
Look, okay, if it didn't go on too long, I'd be hyped if it got that far. I'd be totally fucking ready.
Like, he killed his horse. He killed his horse, didn't know how to do his job, wasn't told how to do his job, apparently was doing it poorly, fought some mimes, killed a coward, and then gave up on his job, became a gardener, and then stole a sword off a dead man. He's done fuck all.
I think you like this story more than I do, so we'd all be joyful if it got that far. Oh god. Yeah, the coward is his imaginary friend, basically.
Then, chapter 13, Bandits Hunting, we learn of Tristan, who is a knight for the king. Apparently, the king's brother, Bernathus, had his shit stolen, including books, money, food, uh, as well as a
That
sword.
is it. As a comedic episode of some strange TV series. I got my shit stolen, brother. So let Tristan go get it.
So his quantum sword got stolen. So the king's telling Tristan that he needs to go and collect all this stuff back. And in order to show,
Did his quantum sword get stolen or did it not?
fucking, where is it?
Because it's in a superposition, where you don't know if it is stolen or is not stolen.
Fuck, I forgot. Like the first third of this chapter is just the king and his
I don't
wife
actually
sitting
know.
in bed talking about how they met to each other.
I'm glad we met, my knight. What is this? Fucking stole us? Oh, we get a bedroom scene.
Okay, no, that's not it, because that's when we get into the fucking kid and the farmer in the bush, the migrating bush. Oh shit, that was. Alright, no, hold on, because he goes back to the king, doesn't he? Yes. Okay. So it was the fucking king and queen talking about how they met inside of their like just laying in bed. Then they hear that their brother got the
Oh,
shit
the
beaten out
king
of
and
them.
queen.
It switches over to Tristan, who's riding back from something when he encounters the migrating thief bush and he hears crying from inside. So he enters the bush
That's a good.
where he
That's a good
finds
fucking hideout. A bush that moves.
and he finds this farmer standing next to a kid that's been like tied up to a tree. And the
In a
story is
bush.
basically, yes, in the bush. The story is that the kid and his mother agreed to work for this farmer. She worked for 2 days, was sick for 4, and she spent all of her money on medicine. But in order to consume the medicine, she had to eat
Yeah.
raw, unprocessed grains. So the kid asked for all of the payments for all 6 days, which the farmer told him to go fuck himself. So the kid stole the grain, and the farmer, issuing out fucking street justice, kidnapped this kid, dragged him into the thief bush, and tied him to a tree.
It's fucking right. God
So
damn.
the knight sides with the kid and threatens to chop off the hands of the farmer if he does not pay the kid in full and then some, and then leave.
That's right. Glorious justice.
Then Tristan gets into the throne room and oh yeah. Uh then the king's talking to him. The king hands him a sword. My father gave me and my brother this sword when we turned 15. I received the sword first before my brother. My brother was attacked by bandits today on his way here. They stole everything from him and then took the sword. I want those bandits killed and the swords returned. So he's showing the sword that's been
Uh,
stolen.
oh, now I get. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Well, you got to admit that's an effective way to really show him what sword he's talking about. That got stole. He will not be confused as he brings that sword to find it at, at the or maybe that'll be more confusing. That would honestly be more confusing. I'm
Bandits
here to retrieve this sword.
just holds out the
The one
sword.
in your hand. Yes, this one. All right, can you go? Yes, I will return. But don't
So,
steal this sword again. Okay.
so the king assigns him to retrieve the sword that was stolen from his brother, books, and then he can forget about the fruits, money, and others. So Tristan then sets off to the fucking wine shop, where apparently all the thieves sit around talking about how the thieves are the real kings of the kingdom and not the king. Where Tristan just beats the shit out of one of them and tries to figure out where they're located. Once he figures that out, he then heads over and finds these what are effectively described as like Robin Hood and his merry men with all the goods in the middle of a road talking about how like the king isn't helping them. Oh, and the term nombles. Forgot about nombles.
Numbers. What's numbers got to do with anything?
While they're talking, Tristan literally just walks up right beside the leader, and they don't do anything.
Fucking
And
impales him.
then, and then he, what's the exact term? Doesn't he rush at him?
Sodomy. That's the term, I think.
No.
He just walks up on him. Hello, bandit.
It was already evening. Tristan had ensured that he was at the spot where the bandits would meet with the people to share what they stole from the noble people. After robbing the nobles who were going their normal activities, the bandits take a great part in the proceeds and then give the remaining part to the poor people in the village. The people had just gathered and were waiting for the bandits to appear. More people were coming. All the people gathered to get something from the bandits were commoners. Soon the bandits showed up. One of them had Bernathus's sword hanging around his waist. Tristan walked and stood beside him while one of them addressed the crowd. "You're holding a royal sword around your waist," Tristan said to him. The man pulled out the sword and then charged after Tristan, who's standing right beside him. Tristan punched him in the face, held his hand and twisted it, and the sword fell to the ground. Tristan picked the sword. Um, he basically just went through, beat the shit out of all these guys, repeatedly punched someone in the neck.
That's effective. You can't breathe if you do that.
After he took them all down, he yelled out, "Where are the books?" All the bandits were shaking.
I need knowledge.
"We'll never rob people again. We promise if you give us another chance, we promise to turn a good live," one of the bandits pleaded. And then, if I have said this previously, I am wrong. Then we have the greatest statement in this fucking book.
Oh
"You
God.
attacked the had the guts king's brother. Give me
Oh man,
reasons why I shouldn't slit all of your throat."
he is the guts king
Oh.
because he slaughters the innocent.
So Tristan gathered all the shit, um, grabbed the money, and then just kind of fucked back off. He returned the sword. He became Tristan D, and
He became. Oh yeah, there it is.
And then yeah, he was still in pain, but he was somewhat relieved that he had some of his things back in reference to the king's brother. So he pretty much returned the other quantum sword, the other spot, the helding spot of the quantum sword.
I guess they wounded the king's brother. He's in pain.
Well, yeah, he was mugged. They like beat the shit out of him and took his stuff.
Well, that's fun.
And I believe that is where we got to, because after that is the meeting of the lords.
The meeting of the lords of the land. Oh.
Yeah.
Well, that was fantastic recap right there. I think we fucking nailed that. What that take us 10 weeks?
Do what? No, it was about like 7 or 8.
I got stuck in an activity screen. It wouldn't let me come back. Okay, yeah, the 7 or 8. Very nice. We did that. I think it was a good old 7 or 8 weeks. I think this rest of it won't be nearly as tough. I think we'll get it done even quicker. We'll see. But what do you got else planned for tonight, there, fella? It's getting close to my old time. You know what I mean?
Well, we could either go over the notes
Plan.
document, which might take a bit of time, or we can see a Jared video. Just add a little bit more fucking mental damage.
Well, I suppose we'll have to go with the Jared video. I don't have too much time. Maybe about till 9:30.
Excellent.
Yes. I don't know what it is with these videos, but I guess we'll find out. What do they got going on?
Should we see a newer one, or should we actually watch the pony play video start to finish? I mean, that's not. That's not showing Jared's autism, but it does show some really stupid shit.
Not anything with the pony play. Okay, the pony play.
You want the pony play?
I just hear that word. I just hear that word and I can't resist. How could a man resist? Do I got to go to this freaking convention here in Vegas as a pony? Is that what's happening?
No.
No, it's not furry related.
Oh, okay.
It's actually a lot worse. I would easily say this is worse.
I've been subverted. I don't know what's coming.
All right. Can all of you see the watch together?
I see a video.
What's up, guys? It's your favorite boy, Jared Genesis, at it again.
Now, I don't think you haven't seen any videos of him in this old room, right? It was just the one where it's like biking recommendation.
If that was that guy, then I have no idea. It was too long ago. I don't remember what room he was in.
Dude, the man is a proper class act. You must watch more of him. He is a fucking god.
He's an Olympian.
Today we're gonna look at some ponying or
he thinks he is.
play. Some new trend with a bunch of weirdos who like to dress up as ponies and basically make a big ass of themselves. So I thought this would be hilarious to watch with you guys. So here we go. I found a video called Pony Play Down in New Orleans. And if you've ever been to New Orleans,
let's get it, boy. Let's get it.
I want you to look very closely at not only the high quality door he has, but also like the posters on his wall have been like cut out using scissors. Like even though they're supposed to be full things, he's just cut out pieces and put them on there.
Yeah, I think I do see a little bit of a strange edge to that one there behind his head.
you know it's full of a bunch of freaks. So without further ado, guys, this is ponying. All right. Let's see. I'll put this in full view for you guys just to freak you out
I got
even more.
YouTube Premium. I don't do
How's
no
that? Oh,
ads.
you know what? My
Dude, I
armor
could
is
not
out of look
survive
at that.
YouTube without premium anymore.
This
Yeah.
Alegord's my armor. Okay. All right, guys. So here we go. I need ad block. I got that bass up super high. I was listening to some riffraff.
Oh,
Oh shit. Okay.
Wait for it.
So this is like a pony owner, I guess. This motherfucker
yes.
has a pony slave.
Yeah, dude. I'd be that guy in an instant.
Did I hear? Did I just hear pony slave?
I think that was Jared. Like,
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
hold on.
Oh yeah, that was Jerry. That was Jerry.
Owner, I guess. Oh shit. Okay. So this is like a pony owner, I guess. This motherfucker has a pony slave.
Yeah, that was.
Yeah. Well, I mean, there's Asian places where they do that, but they're not dressed them catamaran or whatever they're called.
I mean, look at that shit. It's BDSM. Okay?
Oh
Don't get
no.
twisted. Yo. Yo, I gotta say something, dude. This is fucking hilarious. Goddamn motherfuckers already have me laughing at this shit. Listen, man, listen. If BDSM was an Olympic sport, this is what it would be. Alright, so let's keep watching, bro. Oh my
Let's
god.
do it. Let's fucking do it, Jared.
Oh boy.
There you were, Louisiana.
Oh my god. Oh my god.
Oh,
Oh no.
Look at all. Whoa, hold on. The fucking fat chick in the bottom left.
oh my God.
Fucking
Is she a
yikes.
Is she a writer? Oh no.
Oh
Those
god,
poor
please.
horses.
I am being legitimately serious here. Please tell me the white-bodied quote-unquote horse is not using body paint. Please tell me that's latex or something. Oh god.
That appears to be latex.
Oh, thank fuck for
Yeah.
that.
Oh man.
Bro. I don't even
That's a lot of
believe this.
people.
I mean, look
That
at
is a
these
lot of
losers, bro. Look how fucked up they are. In
Why?
public. They're doing this shit in public.
Yeah, no, seriously, if I was just like walking along in a park or something and I saw that, I would just fucking run.
No, sir. You better get involved. See that many people doing it. There's got to be something to it.
Fuck no.
Well, what's going on? Is there a convention in town? Oh, brother, let me tell you.
And I understand this is New Orleans, but holy shit, look at these freaks, man.
Pony play competition.
This guy.
Oh my God, that fuck. She is a writer. Woo! Ooh, what a choice for a
Holy
writer.
shit.
That's like, I mean, really, I guess that adds to the challenge.
I think he should win by default just for the amount of weight he's carrying.
I thought they all just took turns with her as like the fucking challenge writer.
This is like the final boss.
Yeah, he's a hard mode right there. Watch out, everybody. I'm the final boss.
Oh my god.
Real horses.
Oh,
You can tell they make it just a little
dude.
bit sexual.
Really? How could you tell?
I think the exposed legs makes it just a little bit the fishnet looking. Yeah.
Listen, yo, listen up, guys. Real talk.
Oh, by the way, there's a skeleton.
I was wondering if we're supposed to be worrying about Jared or about the pony people. You made me think it was going to be
Mix of both.
Jared doing. You made me think Jared was doing the pony play at first.
No, this is just his input on it. But
Okay, I totally thought he'd be doing.
no, there's plenty of others where Jared is absolutely the focus. Like the fucking one about
Okay.
Orlando.
This video has taken me for a ride in multiple ways. I need to get down to New Orleans or Louisiana. Go for a real ride.
Spend quality time with your children because if you don't, they're gonna grow up to be ponies and they're gonna have pony masters and it's just gonna be a big mess. So
Don't judge, Jared.
guys,
Don't judge.
I
You can be there
mean,
one day.
with this, yeah, absolutely judge. But Jared is not one to judge himself.
He said, absolutely, Jeff. Yeah, I guess.
especially fathers, raise your kids right. Seriously, it's really just sad. I mean, I'm laughing at this shit, but this is sad as hell. I mean, for real.
They were born for that. I don't think there was anything about raising. I don't think there was any environment involved. That's all birth. From birth, they wanted to be pony.
I mean, fuck.
Yeah, I don't think you get there through any specific road.
They breed them different in fucking Louisiana then.
Well, we don't know what they get up to in weird parts of the world. This is only the documented part.
These events are very competitive. Just like a regular horse show event, we end up.
Okay.
Is that guy the fucking perfect spokesman or what?
No.
Oh my god, but is that guy like the spokesman you'd want to see doing this? Holy fucking moly. The glasses, the mustache, the voice.
What's the point of the obstacle course?
Well, I guess jumping, like horse jumping.
Yeah, well, horses do it.
Although the moving back and forth between posts thing is more like a dog show thing.
Yeah, I think that's more of a dog thing.
Dude.
They might have other pastime.
Yeah, the irony in what he just said.
Okay, no. Whoa. That is not latex. There is no, you can see. Oh no.
Look, at least we can see where the tail is going, and it's not going somewhere it should.
Oh, that would be bad. Oh, that would be bad.
Oh, it can always get worse, boys. Thank our lucky stars.
The irony in what he just said.
He's put on the gear.
Bro, I mean, Jesus.
I see a lot of people that once they put the gear on, that actually turn into horses.
No, they don't. You idiots.
Between us, who needs that transition to
oh my god. Okay, so this lady right here is a fucking bitch.
Why? What's he going on about? She got some big old knockers. That's about all I've seen so far. I guess he's watched this video a couple times.
Like, that you're just enabling this guy's psychotic behavior. But, I mean, seriously, though, like, you have to be just as crazy to be into this shit. To put this stupid mask on this guy's face, and to take yourself seriously. What the fuck is wrong with you? Like, seriously, who hurt you? I want to know your life story, lady. You must have a really, really sad life. I mean, God.
Jesus. Jesus. She's supporting her man. Come on.
He's just going to town on this bitch.
Can't stop him.
So through the bit, when he actually kind of changes from a human space to like pony space.
Oh my god.
What are human and pony spaces?
No.
Mental spaces, I guess. He's in his pony mental space.
How much latex do you need to have on you before you shift perspective?
Where is the pink latex? Come on, my guys. We need some pink guys up in there.
Now I'm gonna leave him here for a minute for pony space before we take him.
Okay, like real talk. I know you guys probably want to see more, but like, what this guy has is a split personality thing. Like, I was just talking.
Split personality doesn't make you think you're a fucking horse, Jared.
Yeah, I think he's willingly getting involved in that horse space. I don't think there's any splitting going on there.
Talking about this with Boogie 2988. These people have split
What?
personality.
Wait, what
He's talking to Boogie?
What does pony play have to do with Boogie?
Wait,
He was
what?
talking to Boogie about this. He said, "What the heck?"
Hold on, what did he mean?
I was just talking about this with Boogie 2988. These people have
No, Jared, you've never
Is he his
talked to
friend?
Boogie. Like, this is
Is this
fact.
Boogie's personal friend? Do you guys not know?
Doesn't he hate Boogie?
Yeah, he hates Boogie.
What the fuck?
Unless he's talking about how, like, in another video he was talking about Boogie and he thought he had multiple personality disorder. Maybe. I haven't perused all of this channel yet.
Is there a meeting of all these kinds of people and Boogie is involved?
It's just a meeting of all the fucking fuckheads of the internet.
They're just an underground fucking group.
split personalities. It's how they deal with anxiety and depression. Is they take the role of something else, and that's what these people are doing. They're pretending to be a pony because that helps them. Like, that helps them with their own sad life. Like, they don't know how to cope as humans, and so they just choose to be something else. That's kind of like how I feel a lot of the furries are. Not that I'm completely against it, because I mean, if you
Is he not completely against furries or not completely against pony play?
Both, all of the above. I'm right there. I'm not against it at all, Jared. What are you up to? I'll fucking join in. Come on, show me where it's where it's at. It looks like fun. I might have to wear the fucking skin tight suit. I ain't gonna go full ass
Full body
full
paint.
ass out.
Something I've noticed is the skeleton isn't in his new room. I haven't seen the skeleton. Little
It's a
disappointing.
weird looking. It's kind of flat.
Well, no, it's 3-dimensional. It's covered in runes.
Is it? Really?
Yeah.
Good to know.
it's a lot more tame, but I think a lot of people, they put on those furry costumes because they don't like who they are. Like, as a person, inside and out, they don't like who they are, so they try to be something else. And it just shows you guys really how much people hate each other, like how much they hate themselves and how much they hate each other. But seriously, like, people don't love themselves. It's honestly really sad. So we'll go ahead and finish this video. I won't pause it anymore, but oh my god, dude, like, this is just, anyways. Okay.
He fucking hates that girl. He straight up hates that girl.
Yeah.
Into the reining competition because I found for us.
Oh, Jesus, lady.
If I just put him in the gear and then we go immediately do it, it doesn't.
Jesus Christ, he's even mimicking kicking the fucking dirt.
Well, Jared wants to pause that video right now. He said, I'm not going to pause it. He's going to. He's got
to transition.
Oh my god, you idiots.
To
Transition. Hold up. I got
He did it.
Transition.
I know.
Okay, you're just like, oh my god, these people are so stupid. Transition. You got to be
Whoa!
kidding.
Whoa!
It took me a second to realize what that is.
What?
And is that? Yeah, that's blurry. So whoever recorded this actually blurred the ass crack. Thank you, whoever did that.
No!
What?
Yeah. Yeah.
No. Yeah, no.
It's getting a little freakier. They're all going cheeks out.
Oh my god. Oh my god.
Why?
Oh,
He's doing an interview with a
What?
fucking muzzle on.
You can't hear a word he said.
my god. I just can't even do this. Like, did you see that shit? Oh my god.
No, not again, Jared.
Listen, guys.
Oh yeah.
I'm telling you, parents, spend time with your kids. Are there going to be some galloping buffoon in BDSM attire? I mean, this is what happens when you don't spend enough time with your kids. They become
Dude, that's just a regular fucking worker at Best Buy on his after his weekend.
You
Just
say
a
that if
regular
he's
fucking
wearing
guy.
that in Best Buy, you're going to be singing a different fucking tune.
Oh, he's just a regular guy, probably. But you wouldn't even know.
Yeah, he's
Jared thinks
he's a regular guy in fucking naked ass webbing pants.
You never know.
Fucking no control of his fingers and is completely blinded by leather.
Never know what that gas station clerk's up to on his weekend.
freaks. Like, look at this lady. I mean, she's just toting him around like he's some prize pony. Like, I mean, Jesus Christ, this is just insanity. I don't even know. I don't even know what else to say, bro. Oh God.
You literally can't understand that guy. God damn it, there's more body painted people.
Yeah, I think that's most of them. I don't know where the latex went, but it came off at a certain point.
Ooh!
Fuck.
Is he bleeding?
I can't
Why is his
tell.
shoulder red?
Oh, that's irritated as hell, man. He's getting torn up. He's getting toe up.
Yeah, I can't tell if that's like bleeding or bruised or like if it's just discolored from like something rubbing like on him.
This is just sad. Oh my God. Listen.
Dude, he's fucking loving it.
That
That guy was loving it.
I can't even do this anymore, guys. This is just.
He's out.
These
He's out.
people are just, they're sick. Like, looking in their faces, I just see really, really sad, mentally disturbed people.
Yeah, see, there's the skeleton. It's full 3D.
I'd love to enjoy something as much as that guy enjoys being a pony. He was going to town.
And I mean, my God, this guy, the guy that we just saw, I'm not even going to put the camera back on him because it's just embarrassing. But like this guy, he's going to look back on this 20 years from now when he's an old man, or 20, 30 years, and he's going to be so humiliated. Like these people, I think that eventually these people may wake up one day, but I mean, really, I don't even know, man. Like, I mean, just look at this creep. Look at this fucking creep.
Hold on, that's not even leather. That isn't that like one of those like cover your eyes sleeping things?
I don't know what the heck it is. Can he see?
No, that's the point. Is he's blinded?
Okay.
That's a sleep mask.
Yeah, that. It's not leather. It's just some like bluish sleep mask.
He's got to have some comfort to keep him calm so he doesn't start galloping on.
Creep. This guy is just beyond. I mean, really, there's no saving someone like this. This guy's just he's beyond saving. I hate to say it, but this guy has no future.
What the fuck is the video on the right? That thumbnail?
Yeah.
Oh no! I think I've seen that one.
What you have?
Looks familiar.
Yeah, it's Pink Pony play, but they dress up like dogs.
Oh hell. Oh no. And there's probably an innocent video below that. My first horse, it's probably just someone, hey, I'm getting into equestrian sport.
This little girl, what's this? The guy looks like he's likes horses. Clicks on this video.
The mother just starts screaming.
Future, like Jesus Christ on a crouton, bro. I mean,
Yeah.
I don't even really want to look at the rest of this stuff. Oh my God, what is? It's just like the madness never stops. Let's just watch the end.
More
Dude has
asses.
a cowbell on his ass.
Tax-paying citizens Monday through Friday. So to get to go out and pretend to be something else for the weekend is like so much fun.
Go.
It's about expressing your
What is that supposed to accomplish? Looping around a barrel?
Did you see the dexterity? Did she say he was a tax man Monday through Friday?
Who?
She said she said something about what he did Monday through Friday.
Oh shit.
The madness never stops. Let's just watch the end. Dude has a cowbell on his ass.
Tax-paying citizens Monday through Friday. So to get to
Oh, a tax-paying citizen.
something else for the weekend.
Oh.
It's like so much fun.
Yeah.
Go.
Seriously, what is? Yeah, what is that supposed to show?
He's horsing around.
Shut up.
your
Okay. Wait, let's hear what he has to say.
personality too. Because so many
It's about expressing your inner personality.
other people, I'm sure I can speak for, live a life Monday through Friday that's
That fucking guy. Oh.
not really an expression of who they are, what they do.
It's what pays.
Oh, did you
So
see
when you
that?
get a chance
Yeah, but at least that is like,
Yeah.
if you can jump high enough, what the fuck does walking around a barrel do?
Straight up balance, coordination, dexterity, speed. How fast you can go around a barrel. How fun it is to go around a barrel.
to come out here and you get to enjoy what you do.
Okay, so what he's saying is basically this, and I'll end the video here because this is just getting stupid, but like what this guy is saying is that people who work boring jobs don't get to be themselves. And I can agree with that to an extent, but I can promise you, okay, most of those people don't want to pretend to be BDSM ponies and have pony time at some weird farm.
You'd be dead wrong, Jared.
I really do want to know, like, where the fuck is this? Like, is it someone's private property or did they just find a park?
Either way, baby. Either way. Probably one of them. they own a ranch. That's like the wildest fantasy.
Housed by like fucking Leatherface and his family. I mean, Jesus Christ. This is just.
Could you imagine the fucking news story if there was a murder at one of those?
We all knew it would happen.
Guys, I'm telling you, like, get right with God. We're in the end times. The ponies are coming.
The ponies are coming.
That's damn right, boy.
That's a good
Ponies
song,
are-
by the way.
God, yeah. He really did gain more, like, substantially more weight over time. Like, even in this, he's skinnier than he is now. Not as skinny as Skeleton.
No. Does he ever address his decor?
To my knowledge, no. But at one point, he did a room tour, and I cannot find it. The only remaining piece I have is from another like podcast.
Oh shit, you missed.
That's bullshit. I know.
These satanic ponies. These people are satanic filth.
When was there Satanism?
Jesus, he really doesn't like.
Like really, they're just this is straight from the devil. I mean,
These guys
just,
need to be
I'm
shot,
laughing
murdered.
only because
Jared just fucking goes on.
it's just so retarded how they actually expect to be taken seriously. I think that's why it makes me laugh. It's just these people are so fucking stupid and so goddamn messed up in the head that they can't even see just how retarded they look, bro. And it's just like really, I just feel sorry for them. So that's all I gotta say, guys. Pony Play down in New Orleans. I'll link it in the description if you want to watch it for yourself. But holy crap!
Oh man.
Yes, that's a good way to end the night right there. Holy man.
That's all I gotta say, guys. Peace.
We have to watch some King Cobra videos one day.
I'm gonna have to find one like short enough. We can't spend 2 hours watching him make some vile, disgusting, fucked up concoction.
Is there not a best of?
We could probably handle a Ogden Chronicles. Those are normally shorter.
All right, well, fellas, I think I'm out for the night. I gotta go take a shower and head to bed.
All right.
Alrighty.
Are you going to be up
I
for
guess
this Saturday or next Saturday?
Saturday, I think we can do it. If you guys are up for maybe 2 hours or so, we'll see what it turns into.
I'm game.
All right, I'll see you then.
Sounds good to me.
All right, later.
Later.